Hi everyone, this is ZCooker88. Tonight I'm here to talk about Islam and take you through some verses in the Quran and explain them in context and what they mean. And by the time I'm done explaining it, I should have disproved Islam. So stay tuned, this is very exciting. The Quran and the formation of the sperm error. Alright, here we go. By the way, sperm is good for something other than just making babies. It actually disproves Islam, and here's why. It says in the Quran chapter 86, verses 5 through 7 to be exact, it says, "Now let man but think from what he is created. He is created from a drop, emitted from between the backbone and the ribs." Again, that's in the Quran chapter 86, 5 through 7. At first reading of this Quranic verse, it is obvious that the error is that sperm comes from a man's chest. That's funny. After all, the chest is between the backbone and the ribs? Yeah, right. The abdomen is below the backbone and the ribs, and the male testicles are far below that. Okay, because sperm obviously comes from the testicles, folks, not from between the backbone and the ribs. This error is important because in Islam, if even one thing is wrong with the Quran, just one, then Islam is false. And the Bible never makes such a claim. In Islam, the Quran was supposedly transmitted directly to Muhammad from God through the angel Gabriel. Therefore, it cannot have even a single mistake. But as you can see, well, it does, right? You decide. The response that Muslims give to this problem is that the testicles during the embryonic formation descend from an area below the kidneys. Since the kidneys are in the abdominal area, they assert that the Quran miraculously and with scientific accuracy portrays what could not have been known except by God, namely that the embryonic development, the testicles were up in the chest area. But this is inaccurate. Let's take a closer look, shall we? A drop. The verse says that it is the drop that is emitted from the chest area. It is not referencing the testicles that descend from the abdominal area, not the chest. In addition, by definition, a drop is a small quantity of liquid that is separated from a larger body of liquid. Gravity acts upon it and it drops, hence the term drop. Drops are not in the human body, they are outside of it. Human blood flowing through the veins is not in drops, neither is the seminal fluid, which is emitted from the prostate, in drops. It is the seminal fluid that carries the sperm from the testicles as it exits the body that then forms drops. Therefore, what the Quranic verse is talking about is not the testicles, but the seminal fluid and sperm mixture that has left the body during sexual intercourse. It is the drop that the Quran says is formed between the backbone and the ribs. You gotta be kidding me. This is an obvious and blatant error. Where do testicles come from? Sometimes Muslims will say that sperm comes from the testicles and the testicles are formed in the chest area. They then maintain that the Quran is correct since the testicles were in the chest area. Is this accurate? Not at all. Take a look at this stuff here. Even if it can be surmised that the testicles were found in the embryonic development in the very lower part of the chest area, it still does not solve the problem where the Quran states that man is formed from the drop that is emitted from between the backbone and the ribs. The drop, the liquid, is not formed in the embryonic development and does not begin such development until the testicles begin to mature. This occurs after the birth of the baby and after the testicles have descended out of the body. Therefore, the Quran, also known as the Quran or spelled with a Q or a K, doesn't really matter, is incorrect in its statement that a person is formed from a drop that is emitted from between the backbone and the ribs.